In this video, we're gonna see how we can work with 2D in 3D Studio Max. We're gonna see how we can create vector graphics, draw in 2D. So in the previous videos, we saw how to do an architectural scene directly in 3D. Now in this video, we're gonna focus more in a graphic design area. So also when you draw in 2D, when you create a project, you can do it for graphic design or for like more architecture. So you have AutoCAD for architecture, Illustrator more for graphic design. So we're gonna start with some file from Illustrator. We're gonna see how we can create some graphic design assets, and we're gonna come back to the architectural part later. But we saw how we can generate in 3D Studio Max windows, doors, railings, stairs. So a lot of different elements that are parametric, so we can customize them and create a 3D scene, a 3D architectural scene real quick, real easy. And we can start basically from zero and create everything, or we can start from a 2D drawing and develop the 3D. So we can use a reference, or we can just go there and project. So in this video, again, we're gonna focus more on graphic design part of this topic, and then we're gonna move on in the next video with other examples for architecture. So here I will use also some of the snaps, some new snap, 2D snaps. Now let's import first. Let's see how we can import. So we can either draw directly in 3D Studio Max, or we can import. In this case, I'm gonna import some Adobe Illustrator assets. You can see there, this is the AE format for Adobe Illustrator, and you can see that everything you create there can be imported here, and it's gonna look like splines. Now when you work with 2D in 3D Studio Max, those are gonna be called splines, but here in the outliner, in the scene explorer to the left, we can see that these are all shapes. So these are basic shapes created with other software, graphic design software. So we can turn these shapes into logos or into infographics or things like that. And we can also edit 2D graphics in 3D Studio Max. So we're gonna see everything little by little. We're gonna start with the simplest thing, and then we're gonna move forward to more complex topics as usual. So there you can find the spline sections or shapes sections. So these are everything you can create in 2D so far. So you can start with a simple line, and you can start to click with the mouse and try to create a shape. So if you continue to click here, it's gonna add more vertices, and then if you click on the first vertices, it's gonna close everything, and this is gonna become a closed spline or a shape. So it's gonna be something that we're gonna see the difference later in having a open shape and a closed shape. We're gonna see what's the difference when we then convert this in 3D, because everything we create in 2D can be converted in 3D. Now I can use the snaps again, and in this case it's better to use the 2D snaps because we are essentially working in 2D. Then later on we're gonna switch to the 3D, but for the first part when we draw, it's better to use the 2D snaps and the top view if we are working for something that is like in a plan view. But if we want, we can also work with other views. Now you can see how the line is snapping to my grid, and if I click, it's gonna create a corner. If I click and drag, it's gonna create a curve. So depending on how you click there, and this is called initial type and drag type. So if you click once, it's going to create corner shape. If you click and drag, it's going to create a curve. And using the grid, you can see how we can create really precise graphics. So there in the right side, you can see the initial type and the drag type. So you have corner right now for initial type and Bezier for the drag type. Now Bezier is a kind of a curve that it's also going to have handles, so we can edit all these shapes later on and we will see how we can change the handles, how we can manage the handles. So there are different types of curves, but the most important are the smooth and the Bezier. You can also add your 2D graphic by using the keyboard entry, just like we did for the 3D models. And we also have steps, which are similar to segments in the 3D part of the software. So this is again how you can either import or create something directly in 3ds Max. And then you have a lot of shapes that are already set up for you, a lot of parametric shapes that you can use. Just like we have 3D shapes, we have 2D shapes. So I can create a rectangle. I don't need to create it every time. With the line, I can just gather and create the rectangle. Now, if I use it in the front view, it's going to be oriented in the front view. So perhaps when you do like graphic design, you can use the front view instead of the plan view, which is more typical for architecture. But that's your choice. Essentially, when you work in the front view, it's going to place it exactly on that plane, which is identified always by the axis. So you're always working with the axis, with the grids, and with the construction planes that 3ds Max set up for you. So there I created a circle in the left view, and it's gonna be placed exactly on that construction plane. If you want, you can set up your own grid, your own construction plane. We saw that earlier. So depending on where you draw your 2D shape, it's gonna go and it's gonna be oriented differently. So I'm just creating different examples here to show you all the different possibilities that you have. Now, the same logic applies for all the shapes, so I'm not gonna show you all the shapes, just gonna show you the most interesting one. So n-gon, I think it's pretty interesting because with this you can create a triangle, you can create a square, you can create many different types of interesting shapes like hexagon or pentagon and so on. And you can create it either by starting from the edge or from the center. You can insert here the values as well and then create. And you can change the parameters also later, like the radius and the segments. In this case, you can see the sides will affect also the object that you're gonna create using these shapes. And you can also fillet or corner, fillet the radius. Sorry, apply radius to the corner, which means filleting the corners so that they are not pretty straight. So it looks like a play button there. And this is also really interesting. At the star, you can change here the distortion. It's going to create like a circular saw or you know, something really interesting there. So you can go there and play around. Now another one is the text. Text is really interesting because you can create text inside your project and you can turn this into 3D. Or you can also use the text plus if you want, but this is another option to create a 2D text, and I will show you later how you can use it different ways. So you can create like a sign, a neon sign here by using different parameters, and you can adjust all those parameters that you usually find in word processor, like the spacing between the letters or between the lines and so on. Now in the modify tab, remember that you can always go back. For example, here I also want to change the font. Now every font that's installed in your computer will be available to be used also with the text tool here, but some of the fonts don't work great, so just test if they are working fine. You can also increase a little bit the interpolation of the steps to make it look a little bit better. Now we're gonna see later